Wow. Perfect timing.
What's that noise?
Crack open a cold one. It's time for the show. And we've got little Doug in the corner.
Hey, Doug. Perfect.
Wow.
Hello, Wombat.
See me, I have nothing
Hey
to
guys. Hey guys.
Wombat, welcome back.
Thanks. I was running out of haters, so I needed to come back on to recharge the hater bucket.
We have those here. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank goodness.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Great
for every
supply.
subscriber we've gained, we've banned 3. So that's why we're back this week looking for more support.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
But don't comment. For the love of God, no commenting because we have feelings.
I can
Yeah.
Look,
say
dude,
from experience, Wombat, the shortcut is to get a language wrong once.
It's not that they want your opinion. It's they want their opinion out of your mouth.
Ah.
So
I can barely even get my own opinion out of my mouth. So how does that work?
Yeah. So that's what we need is for you guys to tell us what our opinions are.
Dude, let's do that format today.
Basically,
Like,
just tell us
and
what
the
to
first
think about it.
topic, and we just go to the chat and let them tell us what we think.
Well, if we run out of topics, we may have to do that.
let's just say what the people want us to say. That seems to be the winning formula.
It's called selling out, and here we are.
Here we are. That's right.
Ready to do
Episode
it.
9.8, season 6.
Oh
dude.
man.
How are you, man?
Why?
How are you?
How are you?
I'm peachy. I asked
Thanks.
you first.
I'm great. It's good. We're on the TV today.
We're on the
Yeah,
what?
you were.
We're on the TV today.
On the TV in the big city.
Although, so I'm a little worried, Gonky. So the backstory. Luna and I were invited to go be on the news because Luna is the Grand Marshal for a parade on Saturday.
Okay.
Crew de Pooch. And so the organizers are like, hey, you guys come out and you'll be interviewed on the local news. It was supposed to be just us, but they brought another dog and some other people. And so we got kind of pushed to the corner. And so I only had about 37 seconds because they're like, tell us about Luna. And I had to do that spiel and then they never talked to me again because I'm not that important.
Perfect.
But I looked, I was like, oh, well, I'll share so people can see, you know, me talking about Luna for 37 seconds. It's not there. And I have a theory that they, like us, have had technical issues and that their audio probably didn't work or something during that segment. And that's why they're not republishing the clips because we're in the business, Gonky. So I recognize the problems.
You see the flail?
I see the flail. I recognize the problems. I watch this channel every morning religiously, every morning, and that's my local news. And they're constantly having audio problems. And I'm like, amateurs. You guys are amateurs, you know. and then, you know, 12 hours later, we're on here, you know, with our own problems.
Amateurs.
But this
Game
ain't the news or
recognizes
nothing.
game.
So
Well, listen, since you know you're kind of unemployed now, you could be like, hey guys, I could help you with your.
well, that's my theory. They could come through and like post the clip, but the reason I'm not super confident that they ever will is because later today, because we were in the 9:30 segment, right? Which the only people watching at 9:30 are like Mimas, hairdressers, you know, your car dealership waiting room. Like nobody's watching the
Airline
news at
pilots.
9:30. Yeah. So the next segment for this was Thai gumbo, and they published that today, like within 30 minutes of that going. So I
Nice.
think we got usurped by Thai gumbo because our segment didn't do well. That's my guess. That's my
But, I mean,
theory.
have you ever had gumbo? Like, that's a tough competition.
I've had gumbo. I've never had Thai gumbo. That sounds terrible.
Well,
Sounds like you got cheated to me.
sounds like spicy cheese. Is what it is.
life's not fair, dude.
I'm not sure Thai and gumbo are two things you can put in the same sentence.
No, you can put anything together. It's 2026.
Okay.
It's all made up. Like
Thai, it's Thai Nola gumbo ramen.
Gumbo ramen.
Gerard Butler, or no, sorry, Gerald Butler is different Butler with Thai Nola are here to create their signature dish, gumbo ramen.
That actually sounds pretty good. You know,
Of course you'd
as,
say that.
as an Asian.
well, that's because Gonky lives on ramen. That's not a fair.
I like my noodles, man, so to speak.
No, that's
I had ramen yesterday.
Perfect.
wow.
Wombat, how are you?
Hold on. I gotta
Nope,
get
not
to
gonna let
Renee's
that one
comment.
go.
I gotta get to Renee's comment.
Yep.
No, that is not-
The rumor wheels are already turning.
Oh yeah, that's that's
That-
exactly what I said. And
that
Yep.
is not what would have happened.
You don't know that, did you? Ask?
I do. I know
I
when
got
people have
eyes.
their arm around me.
I can see.
You can't put the picture up.
I can say from experience, he doesn't like it.
Hold on, I got the picture right here.
Well, not when dudes do it, but I mean, it's a little weird.
I'm
Bring
a
it.
hugger.
See?
Oh, dude, yeah, is she holding your hand? Or
Ah, there it is, even better.
No, that's my weapon hand getting ready for a quick draw if I need to.
So to speak.
You know, officer safety. You got to be gotta have a hand
There's
free. man.
definitely a picture of you next to that woman in a quick draw joke.
Dude, I don't know. to me,
Easily.
that's
I think that's a good looking couple. Let's start this.
that's what I
That's
said.
a good looking couple.
That's not what happened.
That's what I said.
Not yet.
man.
Let's get her on the show. Who is this girl? Tag her?
Let me give her a
Let's
call.
tag her.
Be
I
like,
want-
hey, you're
Turnabout's
already
fair
used
play.
to really crappy TV shows where the audio
Yeah,
doesn't
dude,
work
you're
half
her,
the time.
You're her forte. Like, come on. This is
Yeah.
she's local.
Hey, I'm your
My
Late
job,
forte.
breaking.
right?
Local
Honest,
late breaking.
professional.
What's their thing? Local
Healthcare.
late breaking.
Healthcare. Probably.
I got a house mover you can move into.
There you go.
Couch I could sleep on.
Somebody you could split that half a piece.
Somebody
with,
I
you were
can
bragging about
quote
last week.
Anchorman with.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
That up her alley. I mean,
Top
all-
Gun and
all the
Anchorman.
women- All the women on
Yeah.
TV should love that show, right?
No, remember that girl that was at the change of command at Keesler, and I'd start talking to her, and she's like, "I've never seen Anchorman," and I'm like, "Well, how old are you?"
no,
And
walk away.
Anchorman
Walk
was
away.
older than her.
Yes.
Yeah, walk away
Yeah.
from that. That's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah, that
I've
doesn't
seen
get
plenty
better.
of movies. That
So
are
then
older
later
than you.
she's
That's
like,
just-
I watched it with my boyfriend, and it was great. Thanks for I'm like, good job. Thanks. Glad I
He's
could help.
probably never seen it either, has he?
Yeah, he's
Awesome.
also born in this century. Anyway,
What's this
Wombat,
girl's
sorry.
name? What's this girl's name? Hold on.
Stop yourself. Just hey,
wanna-
we got an
what's her-
aviation show
I know. I'm
to
just
talk
trying
about.
to
This
do
is
some
not the
Instagram
news.
scrolling while you guys.
Scolding. Listen,
What is her name? Somebody send me her Instagram link.
Mrs.
right now.
Mover, MOV.
No.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna message her. I'm gonna say I have a friend.
can we just
I miss
He has a
fourth
crush
grade
on
so
you.
much.
no, can we
Yeah, right,
just
Doug.
like if
I
there's
really
a
miss
show
fourth
we can
grade.
hello here.
Somebody
Can
will
we just
message
move
me.
on, okay?
You
If
brought
nobody
it up,
messages
dude.
me her
I-
Instagram, then I'll start
tried-
offering
I
swag.
tried to
for
move on,
free.
Mover.
I've
but
tried to
nope.
move on.
You
No,
threw the
this is
anchor out.
going. This
Can
is
we-
going to be the foundation of this episode 6.
We need to move on.
9.8. Anyway.
All right. So anyway, Tic Tac's got my back says I started watching the great Earthling documentary Airwolf, and now convinced Mover is genetically related to Stringfellow Hawk.
Just made his day.
That's right.
Yeah.
See?
You
Finally,
just
some good
made
news.
Dude, tell her that. She'll dig it. I'm sure
She's
seen
never
it, Wolf.
seen Airwolf.
You don't
probably
know
didn't-
that.
You
How
probably
old
didn't
is
even
this
need to
girl?
pay for that.
Y'all
comment.
need to stop, dude. This is a
No.
live show. Are we live?
Are we like that?
No delay, no filters.
There was that one time, Mover.
Yeah, it's
There
happened
was that
before.
one
That's why I
time.
ask. I'm like,
10 minutes
Where's
of
the-
pure gold.
where's the
went
live
nowhere.
that's wouldn't be the first time or third or fourth time that has happened to us or me.
That is
Spider says all boys area are back. Where's Puppy? She's wore out from all her appearances today.
just chilling.
Ben Condell says nobody puts Baby Doug in the corner. Gonky, name the movie.
Yes, we too
Spicy
fast.
cheese, spicy cheese, spicy cheese.
Hold on, let me ask my.
You
friend,
really don't know the movie of Nobody Puts Oh my god, dude. I'm embarrassed. Can
Dude,
I-
I know the movie. It's
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Dude, you probably had a man
I'm
crush
having-
on the lead character.
I'm having an old man moment.
That's how.
Oh my god.
That's how. Anyway, Joe says for the Gonky and Luna spicy cheese fun. Wait, what? Where's Mover? Why is Mover not in this?
You don't
Nah,
like
dude,
spicy
you're
cheese.
taken now, man. We're moving on.
We're
You're
taken.
set.
Can we just be professionals here?
No,
Can we just
I
be
don't think
professionals?
so we're starting that now.
I'm not
All of a
saying this
sudden-
name, Gonky. You can say it for 5
Nope.
Canadian.
It doesn't get better.
I actually don't know the name. Mover didn't give me a name.
No, say the name of this comment.
That's a great name.
Well,
Gonky, you read this whole comment, please.
That's
I don't want to get canceled.
Cluterus beat by a little bit.
Yeah, I know. So, thoughts on the coolest American jet ever, the F4, or are there any F4 pilots you could have on Howdy from the 51st State? Perfect.
Dude, the F4 is awesome. I always describe the F4 as like the muscle car of fighter jets, where they were like,
Oh, wait
we don't
a
really
minute.
have a lift. We're just going to
Stand
put a lot
by.
of thrust.
No one who's ever been a fighter pilot uses the word fighter jets. I have a Goodreads review that says exactly that. So no
fighter
self-respect.
jet.
Yeah. What do you call them?
Just
I don't
jet.
know, but the man in my Goodreads
jet.
review for Spectre Rising says no self-respecting real fighter pilot ever uses that.
Is he a self?
Yeah,
says he
says
is.
the man from his mother's basement.
No, he says he's a fighter pilot, and that my book was not realistic because apparently
Oh.
somewhere in there I said fighter jet, which I don't even remember because that was 20 years ago. What was that
I
noise?
gotcha.
God?
Like,
Oh, is that
You're
you?
the only one who heard it this
I
time.
know.
Yeah, that one was Cupid, bro. That ain't God.
yeah.
No, it's the USB connect disconnect.
Goblet.
Something is connecting on my computer.
Oh, perfect. That's a fun.
Yeah.
No, I so obviously Frenchie, he was a F4 Wizzo, and then growing up,
That's close.
we had a family friend who flew the F4 in the Navy for a while, and they all had good things to say about it. Like Wombat said, it's basically the muscle car of fighter jets.
Yeah. Hold on. What the hell do you call them if you don't call them fighter jets?
Jet, flying machine,
Fighters.
fighters,
Targets. There's fighters and targets. There's only
targets.
two options.
You know,
I've said fighter jet. Like,
I'm sure I've mentioned
What a
this before,
douche.
but
I
I'm
think
going to say it again.
Skid's gotten a ride in the F4. Pretty sure the QF4s.
I saw the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels and Phantoms.
Really?
It's the only
Awesome.
good thing about being this old.
That's awesome.
when were the Blue Angels? When was their last year in the Phantom? Does anybody know?
It would have been late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right
And
around
then they
the
went to the A4s
yeah,
after that.
right around the oil embargo of the 70s, because that's what caused it, I think.
That's no
The
problem.
F4 caused it specifically
Well,
with how
very
inefficient
expensive.
it was.
Very expensive, high fuel consumption. And then the Air Force one upped them and went to the T-38, which is wild because
And then they all had a bad day.
they had a very bad day. And I like, dude, my hat's off to the Thunderbirds that flew the T-38 because I watched this show on the.
Dude, I didn't realize the Thunderbirds ever flew the T-38.
Oh, dude,
We flew the Thunderbird, the T-38s that the Thunderbirds flew, the slot
did.
machine.
yeah, we flew one of the actual jets. But
That'd be a
we-
horrible call sign, by the way.
Wombat, you watch the show that they put on. I've flown that airplane. Like, no.
Yeah, we don't have to brag. Donkey Mover just said it. We all know that you're a fighter jet pilot. Okay, that's not the.
What I'm saying is amazing.
It's amazing
that
they're
they were
still
able to do
airborne. That's the.
that too.
Also shows how little we care about red air. That's the planes. that they're giving us.
Wait a minute.
Well, that was the
hey,
tools
hey,
that they were
hey.
giving you guys.
Remember,
As
we
a
said
man
targets.
with a
Right.
raptor kill,
I got a raptor kill too. I mean, no big deal.
yeah. I mean, do you have a raptor kill, Wombat?
So apparently, a bunch of German Typhoons. Do
I could actually
gonna
one
talk
up
to
the raptor kill. I actually in Northern Edge in 05 was sitting in the back of an E2 and found the raptors.
Oh,
That
we're
did
gonna
not
go to
go. I was
jail.
like, "What's
We're-
that over there?"
we're
And they were like,
Let's. Hello,
Straight to jail.
NCIS. It's nice to see you again. I'm glad
I'm
you're
not
joining
going
us
to
on
jail.
our show.
He's
Yet
calling
another
me.
guest is getting us. Please don't use our contact form this time. Actually, just call us with the number you already have. Thanks.
"There's nothing classified about that."
It's
He
not
could have
the
been
stock about a
squawking.
stock
You
car.
don't know that.
All right, listen, we got contents here. Our Scalzo says, I see this conversation ending with a restraining order against someone. Renee says she's pretty. Come on, she is. I didn't say she
She
wasn't.
is. Very,
I
yeah.
didn't say
that's
that.
I think you
Yeah,
guys
we-
make a great looking couple.
Based
you-
on a
you need to be a
screenshot
professional.
from Gonky's phone over a podcast. Yeah. I don't, because nobody has sent me her Instagram yet. So I can't tell
Just
you. But I
stop.
think
Just can we?
she
just move on
obviously
with our
likes a
lives?
man in uniform. And there's nothing
She's
wrong
a
with that.
professional. Professional people interviewing people and getting like that's the whole thing. It's a professional.
Okay.
Unlike you clowns.
What?
No
Hey, maybe
professional.
Why
we're
is she
professional
following
clowns.
me on Instagram right now? That's
Shark bait because she wants to be inspired.
Yeah.
This is standard fighter pilot harassment when it's like, oh, mover,
Blood in the
mover
water,
sees a
baby.
girl.
Blood in the water.
Anyway, Shark bait would like to know, and dude, I think 279 Canadian is like we owe you money.
Thank you.
So-
Especially after
yeah.
that hockey
Might
game.
be
am I
enough to
right?
break even.
Thanks for the debt. So is Mover now Luna's entourage? I've always been Luna's treat dealer.
Check out that thumbnail.
Is it Bell 47?
Bell 47 on floats on snow.
There's so many notes.
That's so
in that
Canadian.
picture. So many
Wow.
notes.
Anyway, how is Wombat?
She's watching. She's hanging in there. We're now, I believe, in the really tough phase of treatment. So, which stinks, and I feel bad for
She
her.
at
But
least at
she's.
home?
Oh yeah. She's
Yeah.
home. She's
Okay,
home.
good.
She's got my dad taking care of her. I mean, that guy's been sandbagging it for 70 some odd years. It's about time he stepped up.
Isn't he a mechanic? He can fix anything.
He can fix anything. Just ask him. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. He's great. But no, I mean, dude, my mom never ceases to amaze me in how hard she fights. So she's hanging in there.
Good.
Good. And hopefully what were we selling last time that the proceeds were going?
To St.
Shirts?
Jude's.
Was shirts and hats?
Shirts, hats, keychains. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that's going well as well.
Yeah.
If not, go check them out. Do we have that link still?
Sure.
Put it in
somewhere.
the show links from last week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but nobody will know what show is last week based on how you.
I'll put it in
9.7. It goes follows. It goes 9.7, 9.8, 9.9, 9.10, 9.11. Oh, I skipped that one. 9.12, 9.13. Until we get to 9.69, which will be the series finale.
That's a
which
ways
could
off.
happen.
That's a ways off. I mean,
It could happen sooner at the rate we're going.
Right.
yeah. Well, you're not putting
Yeah.
out the content like I am, so you guys got to step up the game, right?
Oh, boy.
Oh, dude. We're
Renee,
trying
why?
we're trying a new hypnosis thing with the
Renee,
I know
logo
it's,
in the back.
It's working to me.
Is it
I
really
know.
worth your $2, Renee, to keep poking this bear?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Come on, bring it up.
$2. Thank you.
Wombat. God, this is PII. You can't do this.
It's
It's,
not
dirty
PII.
dancing, Wombat or Gonky. Dirty
I
dancing.
knew the movie.
That was two separate answers. He wasn't trying to connect them.
Mach says, just got done with the book Hard Light by S. Coker, F-105 guy who started as CC. Really cool. Getting some F4 105, F111, A7 guys would be great. So on that note, let's talk programming. We don't really do interviews on this show. We've learned that it's better, which I'm going to do. I've got an interview on Thursday with, oh, that's right. I'm reading the book. That's why it's not there anymore. Z-Man, who was the MiG pilot. So I'm going to interview him on the channel on recorded on Thursday. I don't know when it's going to come out, but for interviews, it's probably just going to be on my channel. We're not going to do them live anymore. And the reason for that is because it's a lot of people are just too interesting to cram into an hour, and it doesn't do them justice. And then if we take up the whole show, we don't get to clip anything. And it's very hard. It's a very hard balance. We're not really an interview channel. So we like having people on to talk about stuff from their experience, but straight interviews, I think, is best for being able to sit down, record, and do it right.
Yep.
So there's your question. What
You
what
can
are
open
doing?
it. You can open it.
No.
Just open it, Gonky. Don't play games.
Oh, I
Just
already,
open-
I already saw it, dude.
Oh,
You saw what?
I saw the same thing. Don't worry.
You saw what?
Dude, that's what I love about you, bro.
What am I?
Nothing, man. Listen, I got a quick.
It might come up later. It might not. I don't know. It's good, but I think that's a good point. Honestly, the live with interview thing is tricky.
Well, I'm reconsidering ever having another guest on this show ever again right now. Actually,
is it really
or
a
a
guest
co-host
at this
or a
point?
producer?
It's just going to be the mover
Any
show.
live humans at all?
Yeah, look, it's going to be me and Luna, and we're going to talk at a camera for 2.5 hours because you know what, we can't.
No chat.
No chat. Yeah.
I
Keep
get
your
bullied
comments.
a lot.
Man,
Chris says, "Can I please get a shout out for my youngest son, Hunter? Shout out to Hunter.
Hello, Hunter.
He's an aviation
Awesome
enthusiast in training.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
I mean, that's amazing. What are we flying? Is that like a
Looks very
T6?
World War II.
T6? Yeah, CJ6 maybe.
He'd probably tell us.
That's cool.
Whatever it is, it's awesome, and good on him for getting into aviation, and good on you for getting your son into aviation. There's no better way.
Yep.
Plexi.
Plexi.
Prayers and best wishes for Mom Bat.
Yep. Thanks, Plexi.
Delta Charlie says A-10's going to Iran.
There's
Good
plenty
question.
of
That's a good
I haven't
question.
heard that one.
randos that report on all those, right?
I guess, dude.
Chris, it's a T6, dude.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Dude.
Good viz recce.
Yep. I spotted the Wombat's butt and the T6.
That's right.
Someone from China, probably. At
Yeah.
what range did you spot those Raptors?
I was about like an arm's
Yeah.
length from the screen.
Well,
Is
it was
that
also a
near
TR
midair?
violation. So
Yes, near midair.
but a kill's a kill, damn it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm. All right. I
Is
guess
that it?
we're yeah. So breaking news, speaking of China,
Mhm.
US and Chinese fighters have faced off. Doug, that's not the article. That's just a Twitter post. That's like you got to click on the thing.
There's gonna be a firewall. There, I think.
No.
Probably. It's Bloomberg, man.
No.
There we go. All right. American and Chinese jets. See, they say fighter jets briefly engaged in an aerial standoff over the waters of the Korean Peninsula. South Korean media reported China scrambled aircraft on Wednesday after 10 jets took off from an airbase in South Korea for planned drills. Having reportedly shared their flight plan ahead of the exercise, probably to the Twitter randos. The F-16 aircraft of the U.S. Forces Korea departed from Osan and flew between the air defense identification zones South Korea and China. U.S. aircraft reportedly did not enter China's air defense identification zone. ADIZ, no clash or untoward. That's a very British way of saying things. It was nothing untoward about the whole thing. But they reportedly informed the South Korean military of the unilateral exercise in advance, but did not share the detailed information, including its operational plan or purpose. The People's Liberation Army organized naval and air forces to monitor the situation and respond effectively. Activities in question were the American military's flying of jets into airspace facing China over the Yellow Sea. U.S. forces, Korea is maintaining a strong combined defense. Scroll down, Doug. I think it says how many jets they put up, right? It was like a ton.
Wasn't it like 10?
That was how many we put up, right?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
I read it. Yeah.
Something was it was double digits. It was quite a few aircraft that came off. So anyway, Gonky, your thoughts?
Did
on
you
the
ever
matter?
fly?
I don't fly.
No, dude. Did you ever fly in that? Did you ever fly out of Osan as a Viper guy?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Just look here. Share this, dude. I was looking at this earlier. How do I share it? Add to stage. Is it working?
You have to remove Doug first, and then we can add you.
Too many people. Oops, there it is. I mean, I was looking at this earlier, and obviously over here is China. I mean, man, if you flew right out here into the Yellow Sea, I mean, it's only 100 miles across there. So I don't know if I was just going to ask, did you guys routinely fly in that airspace over there or not? But since you've never been there, you can't answer that question. But I could see how, just for their training as well, if NATO jets or US jets or whatever flew out into the Yellow Sea here, that they would launch. I mean, I mean, where's Beijing at? I saw it earlier. It's not that far from here, but dude, it's just what we do. So I've seen this when I was in Asia. I was out flying a sortie in a Hornet, got called back, and they said we have real world tasking, and they took the airplane and they went. And later, what it was, Singapore launched some airplanes up towards the border, and Malaysia launched fighters towards the border, and they just shadowed one another. I don't know if that's what went on here. Everything I read didn't really talk about specifically like what the maneuvers were or the exercise, but
yeah. Well, if you look at Stars and Stripes, there's another point, and it basically just says the 51st Fighter Wing, which is Osan, said they're not discussing the matter. They said they had a phone call in Seoul. However, it's inappropriate to confirm the conversation since the other side was involved. They said that the China state-run Global Times reported Friday that Chinese military responded very quickly to the incident, which demonstrates that the Army stands ready at all times and combat readiness string is pulled even tighter during the holidays, which it is a holiday for them. So,
yeah, I mean, maybe we're seeing what the response time is, right?
Or they just that was part of their exercise, and
right, I wouldn't read too much into it personally. I mean
10 jets is a normal LFE, right? Part of which they said it was part of an exercise. Of course, they're not going to share the op plan with them because they don't want that, but they did share that they were going to be flying. So
that's right. They did put out that they were going to be flying. Yeah.
And China comes up and probably got whatever intel they were going to get. I mean, I wonder what the posture was, right? Was it they had been airborne for an hour and they're like, okay, here's our jets, or were they the alert, that had been sitting there for, ready 5 kind of stuff? Or was it more of a, hey, let's go see, get some intelligence? Because China is very big on intelligence gathering in this area.
Yeah, it depends on how close did they actually get to one another. Was the F-16s able to perform the training, the LFE that they were participating in? I mean,
I would guess not, because probably they encroached into the stranger traffic, and they probably ended up not getting close enough to be in an incident, but being close enough that they're like, okay, knock it off. They're in, we can't.
Right.
Or were they were they even operating in this? They could have just been transiting, to go somewhere else. I mean, I don't know. Wombat, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I try to look at it from the other side, right? So you're China, and you've got South Korea and the US going to do an exercise, and they hand you a flight plan and tell you when they're going to do it. It'd look really bad if you didn't launch jets, right? Like, put us in those shoes. Like, I mean, we don't have a border that close other than maybe in Alaska, right? You could say if Russia were to do something. So yeah, we could use that. I was going to make a Canadian joke, but we've already learned that doesn't go over well. So, so let's say it's, Russia's going to do whatever their intoxicated version of an LFE is, and they tell us, because of our bases in Alaska, you better believe we're going to launch planes. Like, we're not just going to sit on the ground and be like, cool. Like you said, we'll launch it because it's an opportunity to get intel. We'll launch it to posture ourselves to show, hey, we're here. It was no different than the games we played in the Persian Gulf with Iran, and Gonky, you did it, where you'd have that one, whatever it was, F-14, whatever they, sitting there going, feet dry, feet wet, and you'd send over some Hornets or Super Hornets. It's just posturing. I almost, when I read this, think it's kind of a giant nothing burger.
Right.
Yeah, dude, they had an exercise, South Korea, US, whatever. Here's the flight plan. And China's like, that's close to us. We have an opportunity to get some easy intel, maybe not. But at the very least, we're not going to lose face by not sending up jets. So, I would imagine movers, they probably were on alert, and maybe not even, it's almost not even an alert.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, the the balloon's launching at this time. So here's your flight schedule for tomorrow, dash 1 through 10. You're on the thing to go. It's like, okay. I don't know. It just seems, I feel like there's more going on in the world that Bloomberg could have written about than this, but
in today's world, everything is an escalation.
That's true.
Everything is an escalation of an escalation.
We were so close to World War VII with this exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please like, share, and subscribe to my article. Like, that's what it basically sounded like to me. So, but whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious to what the Chinese sent out, because I didn't see
fighter jets.
Fighter jets, yes. With flavor.
I'm calling them that.
J11s probably, if I had to guess.
And do we even know? Right?
I'm more curious.
What else they could?
What did they send out that was armed? Right? Because there's a big difference between sending an alert jet that's fully armed and just sending out Gonky and Wombat, who are doing their 1v0s independently.
Catum 9s.
Yeah. I'm serious though. This is a real thing.
100%.
You're right.
There's difference between your air defense and your line jets that are doing training.
Sure.
Because they could send up the training guys knowing that this was never going to be anything just to show a posture. Yeah. But we're all in sim. Nobody's about to pop off rounds. Or they could have sent out real alert jets.
I'd be, they're probably going to say, just like we would, like I said, I'm trying to think about it from our perspective, right? Like we would say that we had armed fighters ready, if this was my previous analogy of like a Russia-Alaska thing, right? We're not going to say we had training jets up there. So they're going to say they had armed jets. Whether they did or not, who knows? Maybe they had frontline training jets and then armed jets ready to go. But there's a huge liability with your alert jets being armed, because if a pilot hits the wrong switch and now you do legitimately start World War, whichever one we're on, like, you know what I mean? That's something. So
we did a lot of intercept and escort too. Like, they've had the Growler intercept.
Oh yeah.
Stuff that's come out to the ship.
Yep.
So
yep.
Oh boy. Now NCIS is calling Gonky.
We don't fly the Growler anymore. She's a museum piece.
You mean the Prowler? Not
that's what I meant. Sorry, not Growler. Prowler. Sorry.
Prowler.
Sorry. It's yes. Prowler. Yes. No air-to-air weapons.
Spicy cheese.
Dang it, dude.
I remember we had that happen over the Nimitz once, and it was the only jet that could join up on a bear to have the, escorted. And the joke was like, might not kill you today, but they'll get your future generation.
You're only going to have girls from here on out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. District Under Oak says Wombat is the ultimate Twitter rando.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Scoop Sim says, I'm only here for Doug. We love you, Doug. Just kidding. We love you all, but especially Doug. Doug, did you just give us $5 back from your fees?
I did not. But I don't know how to put myself back in my bubble, so I may be out for the night.
I can do it, but yeah. It's a beginning and end thing.
Gotcha.
That's no middle.
I explained that to the folks in the chat.
Yeah. We only have the technology to do it at the beginning of the end, because the bubble's very, very difficult for us to do.
Oh, this
modular
worth way more than $10.
Says, my uncle flew 767s for United. The FAA changed the retirement age to 65 4 months before he turned 60. Thoughts on FAA require retirement age for commercial pilots? I think it should be 40.
It's wrong. It's wrong. I think
43.
It's wrong. It should go back to 60.
43.
No, I don't actually think that it should.
I think I'm.
We're pushing for this again. I heard.
Stand on business.
Yeah, it's dude. Every time I think this stupid thing is dead, it's alive again. There's another push, but I can't remember. One of you guys can Google it, because I don't have 40 screens in front of me. But like, I forget what the newest. Like, remember the last one?
Let experienced airline pilots fly.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I thought it was let elderly pilots fly, but whatever. It's irrelevant. The last time mover, remember we had this, and then I got accosted at the airport.
As a large man, let's just say before you do that, stand up.
that premise was to teach the next generation. Remember that
They
was
don't
their big
though.
thing.
They
Well,
teach
no.
the
We
wide
debunked
body.
that. Exactly. But that was their platform. I don't know what their newest platform is other than
Because
well, I
it's
don't know.
fair.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Age discrimination.
yeah. So
Yeah.
this I think look, just leave well enough alone.
Now that I have no dog in this fight, there should be no retirement age. Just
let
fly
it go.
Just go until you like
Fly till you
natural
die.
causes, dude.
Yeah, unfortunately, those natural causes might come at the absolute worst time.
That's why you got two of them up there.
It's a
Just
shorter
make
trip
sure.
to heaven, Wombat. If you
Look,
happen to stroke out,
You're gonna have to come up with a rule like half your age plus 7 for who can be in the cockpit with you. The FO can only be half your age plus 7.
Oh,
So
my
it's the
goodness.
same rules as your ex-wife, but your FO.
Dude. Yeah.
Or we have to teach Bubbles in the back how to hit the button to auto
Yeah.
land. For
Auto
the
land.
Garmin.
It's not hard. It's just
That's what she said.
Probably
this whole thing. I'm really curious now. I want to Google when you guys are talking about something I don't have any opinion on. I'll Google what their latest thing. But I saw that this was rearing its ugly head again, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Like, I don't think it's again.
They just never stop.
Well, it just seems like it flares up. This is like a bad case of crabs. Like it just keeps coming back. Like
I wouldn't know.
no. Allegedly.
I'm not a Navy man.
What did my friend say once? That age 67 is like the herpes of airline pilots. You just never get rid of it. I was like, cool. So
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
yeah. So I don't know what the latest is. I think I've spent plenty of time speaking my piece on. I think it's fine where it's at.
Yeah, so do I.
There are plenty of ways you could fly and contribute to aviation after 65 without being in an airliner.
I don't know why you'd want to.
I know.
I couldn't even make it to my 50s. I barely made it into the 40s. Like it's not. Holy crap.
I agree.
And you know what's funny?
Age, I mean, dude, there's so much more to do in life than.
Well, dude, it's so funny, the cult, because in the lead up to leaving, everybody's like, God, you're an idiot. Don't do that. You know, you're throwing everything away. And it may just because people like to be friendly with me. And then,
you an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever called you an idiot on it.
Just like me. And then after I get these phone calls like, you did it, dude, that's so awesome. I've been thinking I got to get out of this. It's such people don't understand. It sucks. And I'm like, hold on now. It's okay, you know, but
it
like
depends
the
on your
people that will
situation.
confide in you once you get like over that edge and tell you, I've been secretly wanting to do that. You're my hero. I'm not,
dude, it's like making the decision
this way.
It's like making the decision to leave active duty. It's like
100%.
When you finally drop your letter, everybody like, comes out of the closet like, oh, dude. Like,
yeah.
How do you?
Mach says, here we go. Not everyone wants to walk away from a 6-figure income plus schedules they can control. You cannot control your schedule at this airline.
Valid.
Well, hold on. I don't disagree with either.
That's a Delta pilot talking, is what that's saying.
If you remember, none of us were anywhere near 65. So you can control your schedule if you, and I'm going to caveat this, if you're approaching 65 and you've been in the industry a while, because there are people that come into the industry late. Like, I mean, I taught new hires that were over 60. Okay. Like they just wanted to be an airline pilot and whatever. But if you're the traditional, you've done decades at an airline and you're approaching 65, I would argue you can control your schedule depending on what seat you're in, what aircraft you're on, etc. So I do think at any airline, I mean, because at that age, if you've been there for decades, you're going to be close to the top of whatever.
My projected seniority number was 140.
Yeah, which is, I mean, so you're going to be able to control your schedule at 140 if you were that close. My point being, and I'm not disagreeing with the comment of a lot of people don't want to leave a 6-figure income or more than I don't, but again, it's never been about that. I said that on the last time we talked about this. Just say it's a money grab and the American population is going to be like, dude, you're right. I respect that. But they always try to put this spin on it. Like They're doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. They're doing it to help the next generation, which is why my brilliant idea of sending them back to the regionals to help the next generation, I apologize again to all regional pilots, is, I mean, if you really want to help, there's ways to help. So just say what it is, and then it's fine. But the problem that a lot of people that aren't in aviation don't realize is when we do check rides, however often you have to do it, airlines are different, right? Some are every 12 months, some are every 9 months, some are AQP, some are not. But when we do check rides, there's not, and I could say this with experience of 7 years in the training department, there's not a pilot that shows up for their annual check ride that's not at their version of the A game, of their A game, right? I mean, they are rested. That is his version, mover. That's what, listen to the words.
I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
his
right.
version of his A game. So they are bringing to you on check ride day the absolute best they could possibly bring, right? And the check rides of air carriers, at least in the US, can't speak for overseas, but my guess is the same, don't factor in things like fatigue, time zone changes, a 15-hour flight, stresses at home, et cetera. Like all of these things don't factor in. And that's when you're really going to be tested. I don't care about the 64, 65-year-old when everything works, right? Nobody cares about any airline pilot when everything works. We are paid for, as I've called it, our Sully moment, right? Like you get paid to be there when you take some Canadian geese and, you know, rip them to shreds, allegedly as bad as the U.S. team did to the Canadian team in hockey, as an analogy, twice in both genders this year. But that's another thing. The point I'm getting, I'm just looking for hate. The point I'm getting at is I want the pilot that can handle it when everything goes wrong, and the test doesn't really test that. So we don't know. That's the thing, right? So I get the whole, hey, if you could pass a medical, sure. Yeah. But again, there's not a person in this planet that hasn't walked around an airport, looked around and seen somebody in uniform and went,
oh, they don't have to be
medical.
They don't have to be 65.
No. They could be half that age. So the point I'm getting at is there's no real test that puts all of the other stressors that airline pilots are under every day. Like that's the reroutes, the fatigue, the bad night's sleep in a hotel, loud hotel, family life going on, bad food, all of these things. Again, when you come into the sim, you're coming in with your best because you know what's about to happen. And you also have a pretty good idea, if you've been in the industry, kind of the dartboard of targets that you have potentially thrown at you in that sim session, right? So that is the problem, is we really don't know how people are going to handle when they're in their mid 60s and it really hits the fan. And there's just too much at stake, in my opinion. Too many people going to see Meemaws at stake to up it even later. So I don't know. Also, there's massive amounts of studies that like the later you retire, the sooner you die type of thing. Like, so mover, to your joke of like fly till you die, that's probably going to be 67, 68. You know what I mean? Like that is not, if you work that hard and work, I mean, it is not an easy schedule if you're not finding loopholes and playing the game or living close to base or doing the things that, you know, some people do to make their lives pretty easy, right? I mean, the people that just go out and grind on an airline job for 40 years, that's tough. Anyway, sorry.
I try to make my schedule easy. I've almost got some paperwork this week. So, and I'm very senior. So, dude,
Again, different airlines, different situations, right? And even within an airline, different situations depending on the size fleet you're on.
Yeah, you got to distinguish between airline and airline because it's just two different.
I can only speak for
when
one.
you space the two words apart, it's a totally different world.
I can only speak for one. Okay, I've only worked at one. I can only speak for one. But I'm saying that's my take on this. My concern is if there's really no test to show cognitively how you're going to handle it if you're on a 350 flying a 16-hour flight and it's hour 15. Then, I think the public would be more okay with 65. It's not like 65 was just a number that they made up. Like there were tests done. This was not like they were just like, I mean,
it is actually. It's
there's
all
science and data behind it.
It's the government. It's just, yeah. All right, moving on. District Under Oak says we need more Doug. We've actually lost Doug completely.
He's with us.
There is no more.
There we go.
There's no Dana.
He's given us all
Zool.
he's got.
Joe Baxter says the fighter pilots told Doug he can't sit with them.
That's a lie. I won't stand for that. I
Close the door on the way out.
I sat between Gonky and Mover at the Maverick movie. It's one of the great days of my life.
District Under Oak also says, can you explain projected seniority? Seniority? You asking? Well, so I'm sure you have this, Wambat.
Mhm.
Are you okay, Gonky? You got rid of the ice. Now you're just choking. It's better.
I'm all right.
Most airlines have an app or something on their pilot site that basically takes all the projected retirements over the course of your career, looks at your seniority number, and figures out, based on said retirements, where you're going to end up when it's your time to hit 65. And mine started out when I first joined the company was 148. And then as of leaving the company, it was 140 was projected. So that's 140 out of, 15, 16,000 employees, pilots specifically.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I'd probably be number one at my regional.
Assuming it's still around.
That's correct.
Number one, Boeing 737 MAX pilot. Flying 6 legs a day. Hey, you want to do another topic, or are we just going to do this all night?
Let me check how many Canadian hate emails I've gotten.
I moved up the Typhoon, Douglas. Are you ready? You got that?
You want it now?
That's what I said.
I didn't realize you moved it that far. Hang on.
Typhoon.
What do you mean? I moved it up 1. What's that far? It's up 1.
Just one banner.
You'd be surprised how much I'm struggling.
Worth every penny.
We're ready.
This is a silent protest from Doug since we kicked him out of the room.
Yeah, he's no longer. He's persona non grata.
I'm going to go sit with the nerds.
All right. The Typhoon beats the Raptor. Gonky.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Raptor destroyed. A U.S. Air Force F-22 Raptor was shot down by a German Eurofighter Typhoon. Scroll it down, Doug. There's a beautiful picture of a Raptor. Scroll it down a little
2012,
more.
Dude.
Well, yeah. So this article references two different time periods. One of them is 2012, when the Eurofighter Typhoon got the best of the F-22 in drills. So it just talks about, let's see, you're likely used to reading about the efficacy of the F-22 Raptor. This is one of those most stealthy airplanes in the world, has ample ability to win aerial combat matchups. And it talks about sometimes the F-22 flies against allies to rehearse maneuvers to see if its radar evasion capability still leads the world. Scroll down. F-22 gets eaten for lunch. So apparently some German Typhoons had on the got a couple of Raptor kills. The Germans claimed that the notional kills proved that they had Raptor salad for lunch. And they even put decals
on their fuselages
on the sides of their jets. Yeah. So, and then hey, the question is it time to replace the Raptor? F-47's coming online, 6th gen fighter. The German pilots may have been more effective than their American brethren during 2 weeks of maneuvers. Dogfighting often comes down to which aviator wants it more, who can prove aerial prowess at the controls. Perfect. We may sound the alarm too loudly against the Raptor. Scroll down. The German-American matchup of 2012. So they got invited out to Red Flag. Luftwaffe sent 8 Typhoons and 150 personnel for the drills. The operation, so they did BFM. And it looks like they were able to spot and kill Raptors.
Hold on. We have to stop here. Scroll up. Nope. Stop. Back down. These operations had the innocuous name of basic fighter maneuvers, but the pilots knew better. This meant dogfighting and extensive dogfighting. In some exercises, German aviators flying within visual range in Eurofighters were able to spot and kill Raptors flying with external fuel tanks, which may have reduced their stealth. If you can't spot them in BFM,
there's nothing
you
innocuous
started
about
out
that.
a mile and a half away. What? Yeah,
I was gonna say whoever wrote this article
has never seen an airplane in their lives.
That's what. Yes, exactly. I was getting to that. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just
no, but I mean, it's good.
Hurts. It's hurting me.
It does hurt.
Physically,
It
I'm
hurts.
hurt. I'm hurt.
It hurts. It hurts to read. I don't know. You can scroll down. So it just talks about the history of both the F-22 and the Typhoon coming out at the same time, and then the capabilities of both. So,
Wait, when you're flying the Raptor, you're not thinking about flying the Raptor. If you think, you're dead. Sorry.
Raptor.
You told me not to think.
Yeah, you told me not to think. We have a follow-up to that statement. You told me not to think.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. It just
So stupid.
dude, you can take the article down.
This is the same thing as it always is.
Oh, wait a minute. Was that go back to that picture?
Yeah, it's the Raptor kills.
Oh, wow.
Allegedly.
Why are they all like
Why
one's going one way, one's going that way, one's going up?
It's more accurate than usual.
Like,
They don't just put them in a line.
dude,
Why is
what are all the other kills?
Drones.
Drones, balloons.
Yeah.
They're trying to make the Raptor guys feel insecure. Yeah, dude. So I don't
Have you
know.
ever done a red flag?
One man, I was going to ask you. I thought you went up there to Alaska in 12?
We did Northern Edge in Alaska. Yeah.
Was that in 12?
No, that was in 05, dude. That was early Wombat days. First Raptor Northern Edge.
Was that Alaska or was that just a Nellis red flag?
No, that was Alaska. It
In
wasn't
the article. 2012. Doug, was it? Was it?
I think it was Nellis. Wasn't
There's
it?
a Nellis red flag because he said red flag. They didn't say red flag Alaska.
Yeah.
So have you guys ever done a red flag?
No.
No, not in Nellis. No.
There's no
Never
BFM.
I was going to say.
I was going to say,
right?
Yeah.
It's all
It's-
LFE, right?
It is a mission planning exercise
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what Northern Edge
and
was,
a
like,
large
from
force
my
employment.
knowledge. So
It's a giant goat rope. Red flag. Oh, it says over Alaska. It did say over Alaska.
Really?
Doesn't matter. Red flag is red flag. It's a large force exercise. So here's the thing about any of these things. Stop it. God. If this ain't the news or nothing, by the way, we are not like our morning.
The
show.
reason I'm laughing so hard is I just don't have the timing to do that on purpose. It's always by accident.
Perfect.
Like I said, it's not the news or nothing. But anyway, these exercises are set up with an objective, right? Like it's the first 6 to 9 days of the war. On day one, we got to strike this target and get this target and integrate. It's all about integration. It's like, hey, C2 and all that, everything's got to be integrated. So if a Eurofighter killed a Raptor, there's two possibilities. One, it was a frat because they were doing their best Strike Eagle impression, being the swing roll fighters, came off target after bombing whatever it is they bombed poorly, turned around, shot whatever was hot and said, Fox 3 kill, hostile Raptor left-hand turn. Oh, that's your escort.
Whoops.
That's option one.
Yeah.
Option two, which is more likely, is they were red air, as the top half of this chat has been, and an execution error occurred, and they got a kills. Multiple kills. The painting of the jets, we had a whole ready room with Raptors painted on it from T-38 kills. Doesn't mean anything. It means an execution error happened. It means there was something that was debriefed. It doesn't mean one jet's better. Now, can the Typhoon hold its own against a Raptor? Hell yeah. That's a badass jet, man. Does it matter? No, doesn't at all. But every time these articles or these things come out, people think we go out there and we're just like mano-y-mano, send all your Typhoons that way. We're going to send all our Raptors this way. We're going to see if the stealth still works.
Oh, dude. You know how many mid-airs there'd be?
Yeah. we don't, because it's bad train. Like,
Yeah.
how expensive it is to operate a jet, I think, evades people, right? You know, like on the low end, you're talking $15,000 to $20,000 an hour. On the top end, $40,000 to $50,000 an hour. You're not going to go out there and just be like, let's see what happens. You're going to go, hey, Eurofighter dude, you are Red One. Give us Red One tactics and help us do our desired learning objectives and our training objectives. That is how we are managing the funds and being good stewards of the money. Otherwise, if we did full up, nobody would learn anything.
It'd be awesome, though.
Yeah, blue tactics on blue tactics doesn't make anybody better.
No.
I
don't know. Gonky, am I wrong?
No, dude, look, listen, we had Ammo on the show a while back. We've had him on a couple times, and he flew both the Raptor and the Typhoon, and we asked him about BFM. And I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it depends. It always depends. But, you know, the Raptor is the end-all air-to-air machine. But like you said, dude, the Typhoon, given the right set of circumstances, well-trained pilot. I mean, there's HUD footage of Raptor getting gunned by a Hornet. Like you said, we shot him in T-38s. Dude, it's a weapon operated by a human being, and it's only as good as the operator. So I think it's like magazine racing, man. But you know what? I mean, it's fun. It's fun to look at, and the only way to really tell is to load up some ammo, hot lead, but that's not the way we want to do it. So,
well, even this talks about the external tanks were on it. Yeah, like, dude, all right, now we're not even talking about a combat configuration. Now we're just like, well, okay, we put it in a cross-country configuration. Let's see how it works.
Yeah, dude, maybe the Raptors were red air. Let's put 2 tanks on it so we can support
Stay
2
forever.
Yeah.
Yep. I was thinking that.
There's a whole lot missing from this article. That's why when I read it, I'm like, man, this
common sense is one of the things.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
All right. Good talk, Russ. Big Rig says, Gonky, you should start leaving comments in the chat to practice your ACSC discussion board replies. Dude, if he is in class with you, that happened to me actually. So that is
really
not outside the. Oh yeah, I had a dude write a comment like, "Hey, don't roast me on your show."
Oh, dude.
And I didn't until now.
Yeah. Perfect.
When you find out it means nothing, and I wasted all that time.
Maybe. Thank you, man.
Warhorse says Captain Sullenberger was 57 when he had to ditch an Airbus in the Hudson. Point in favor of older pilots.
No, it's not.
A point in favor of younger pilots because he wasn't.
Yeah, 57 is nowhere near 65.
The difference between 57 and 65 is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonky, what's that math?
Dude, I don't know. Let's see. 3.
That's not. I don't.
That would be 8 years.
I don't agree with that at all. I mean, that's.
Dude, 8 years ago, I was way sharper.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you know what, dude? Maybe you need to change your multivitamin.
I don't take one.
That might be the problem.
You've got some deficiencies.
That's a scam. That's total scam.
My one Flintstone vitamin from when I was 5 is still working to this day.
Still in me.
Perfect.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, sorry, Wombat, you were ranting.
No, I don't agree with this comment at all.
Well, okay, here's older
Man.
pilots do have experience, and I do believe in experience. It just comes to a point like Wombat saying, like,
there's a point of diminishing returns.
Thank you.
Period. That's all this is. And it's not at 57. Well, it might be it for some people, but it wasn't for Sully that day.
Yeah.
But I'll also make the point, I take that back. We actually developed a syllabus for this. But prior to that, I don't know of anybody who tested a dual engine failure going into the river. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you train for. So, that falls under the category of pilot of, well, you got the rest of your life to figure this one out. Right? I mean, that's all it is. And he was a fantastic pilot and had a awesome history of all the way back to gliders. And he understood
pilot.
F4s, like he understood things. He understood aviation, and he had a vast amount of experience. And he did great, right? But any condition, and he'll tell you this if you read his stuff, a few variables being different, and we're not talking about that flight the same way.
Right.
And not even like major variables. Like if the Hudson was really rough that day. I mean, as somebody who trained for ditching my whole Navy career in the E2, like, dude, like, you better hope the sea state is very flat. Period. So,
Or if he had shaved his mustache off that day.
Yeah, he would have lost all his power.
Yeah,
Should I grow one? Maybe I should grow.
Yeah.
For me, it's the
100%.
opposite, dude. Mustache brings bad juju. So
Yeah, but that also comes from the pearls of wisdom of washing your flight suit would get a wall of luck out in flight school.
true.
So don't, as your former roommate.
It does keep all the fire retardant in. If you
that's
never
why
wash it.
that's
Yeah.
mover.
No,
I
he
didn't
was
want-
very retardant. Trust me.
Yeah.
Dude, is Febreze flammable? Because there's
Probably.
a lot of that.
Quite.
So-
Quite. At some point, it was mostly Febreze. That was your flight suit.
Mach says maybe we flip the way we upgrade. Every new hire starts in the left seat, and when you get more seniority, you get to bid to the right.
Don't agree with that either.
Balls.
You can bid to the right if you're senior, right? You have a choice to do that if you want to, and I know plenty of people that do it.
Yeah,
they want to be number one on their category, and they're like, that's what they want to do. So,
all right. Well, let's talk about the Apache. Douglas. So built to hunt, the Apache attack helicopter has a new 30 millimeter proximity ammunition, and they're now using it as a drone killer. So they developed this 30 by 113 XM1225 aviation proximity explosive, or APEX. They demonstrated it in December at the Yuma Proving Ground. It was the first ever air-to-air engagement using 30 millimeter proximity ammunition against unmanned aircraft systems targets at various ranges, showcasing the precision, versatility, and lethality of this advanced ammunition. And if you scroll down, Doug, there it is.
yeah.
The test brought together experts from Project Manager Apache, Army Evaluation Center, U.S. Army Combat Capes, Yuma test, and everything. The primary objective was to evaluate the XM1225 cartridge's accuracy and compare its performance to the legacy M789 high explosive dual purpose cartridge under identical conditions. They also wanted to get data on mixed loads against both ground and UAS targets. Results were successful, meeting all the accuracy requirements, demonstrating exceptional effectiveness against both ground and UAS targets. It has a potential to increase soft skin, ground, and aerial target vulnerability, providing the attack community an additional capability so long as those targets are susceptible to detection, classification, and tracking. That's always the problem, right? Anyway, that is the highlights of that. And the real thing is, in a world where, and the reason we're discussing this is in a world where drones are becoming more and more of a threat. We've talked about this every show, it seems like, where we're like F-16 guns, and almost sucks one down the intake, or F-16 shoots a missile, and we're like, it's a $5 million missile for a $30,000 drone, or we talked about the Strike Eagles that went Winchester trying to take these down. Is this a solution? Is the Apache the answer? Because, being a helicopter, it can do some speed, but it can't sprint, right? It's not like a fighter that can, fly Mach 1 to get there and then slow down to, 300 knots or so. And then it becomes a high angle strafe or whatever. The Apache's only got, a limited range of speed. But once it gets there, you got the IHADs and the helmet that can cue the 30 millimeter. And if this round is better, it almost seems like flak to me, right? It seems like, because there was another Army gun that was able to take down drones from the ground. And it's the same thing. It's shooting these explosive rounds real close to it to knock it out. But I don't know, guys. I mean, what do you think?
Well, do we have anything that has a 30 millimeter that can go Mach 1 and get on station?
No, we have the A10. Can they put these rounds in the A10?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious. Like, did they use this in the A10? Have they ever used this in the A10? I mean, it sounds like a pretty awesome round.
I don't.
It sounds really, really nasty if you're on the receiving end of it.
So I guess yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, you know, like you said, Mover, we're using F-16s and AMRAAMs, and the Navy shooting Sea Sparrows at these things. So we're using, you know, multi-million-dollar weapons to knock down $100 drones or whatever. I think it's a good interim fix to it's like a low-cost option where we can use current weapons against drones. I don't know how effective. I mean, how close does the proxy fuse have to get, you know, to the drone to detonate? So I don't know what the effectiveness of the weapon is, how close they got to get, you know.
Well, it's a prox fuse, right? So it has
Right.
that proximity like a missile.
Right, but then again, then like what's the blast radius? You know, I don't know the specifics of the bullets themselves, but I think it's a good attempt to bridge current assets that we have, helicopters, right? The Apache, with anti-drone technology at a much lower cost than kind of the way we've been doing it.
I wonder how expensive a round is. 'Cause putting a 30 millimeter round is not cheap by itself.
Google says $30 to $50.
What?
With a prox fuse in it?
I don't know.
That's what it says.
No way.
Dude, no way.
I'm believing it either. I'm just reporting.
Is that Google? Is that what the Google says?
That's what the Google says.
Gonky can ask
That was
ChatGPT.
Bad
a big question
intelligence.
in the chat.
Yeah, I don't see it being that cheap. I mean,
No, maybe add a few zeros.
maybe $100 a round, maybe.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey, we're gonna get a couple of those bad boys. $50.
Yeah,
Let me have a couple.
I got
Hey,
a
that's
seat note over here. I
that's a
want to put
couple
it on my
super
desk.
chats.
That's
That's a couple super chats.
Dude.
30 round prox fuses for everybody.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I think it's a cool round, and sure, give it to the Apache. Apache's a cool helicopter. Like, cool. Like, I mean, that's, you know what I mean? I don't know. But
I agree with this, actually. Lance says Airwolf is the only answer to the drones.
it's true.
So GPT says for the Warthog, it's $100 to $140 per round.
Well, that's a different size round, though.
No, it's 30 mil.
No, it's
Yeah,
different. It's a different diameter. See, it's 30 by 113 versus 30 by 173. It's a
hold
smaller
on.
round.
It's asking that very question right now, Mover.
That's because it's listening.
Yeah. Here we go, dude.
Where would Gonky be without ChatGPT?
Much worse.
Much. You know what? Yeah, it's saying $30 to $45. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
With the prox fuse in it?
Let me double check.
This is what this show's turned into.
Yeah, it's basically call in to ask ChatGPT questions. We will answer those questions.
We'll
for
answer
you.
in Gonky's voice.
Correct.
Donkey
saying-
Mover aren't even real anymore. They're just
Mm-mm.
ChatGPT.
We've automated the entire process.
$200 to $300, sir.
That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on, because this topic has gone off the rails. This actually, appropriately, the Air Force is using AI trainers.
What a segue.
Perfect segue.
So the Air Force developing AI chatbot for student pilots. Gonky, pay attention. The general public has ChatGPT and it's catching on like wildfire. You don't say. Well, the Air Force wants to give student pilots IPGPT, an AI tool built to help them learn the ropes of flying. 19th
my
Air Force
God.
Flying Training Center of Excellence is developing an AI chatbot trained on aviation publications and manuals that can act like a virtual instructor pilot to help students and instructors to quickly access reference procedures and assess performance. IPGPT would be a first step toward leveraging artificial intelligence to train Air Force pilots. If successful, be able to coach students in simulators, freeing up time and training capacity for human instructor pilots. Unlike large language model chatbots such as OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and Anthropic's Claude, which are trained using Troza data, 19th Air Force is training IPGPT on only aviation-centric publications. So it's basically going to be a Twitter rando, is what you're saying. It's just going to be grab the dudes that are doing flight aware or somebody who does a lot of DCS. Air Force instructions and standard. Sorry, this is just joke for legal reasons. And standard operating procedures, FAA and ICAO guidance, flight information publications. The data set, while similar to those employed to build for general usage models still spans hundreds of documents totaling thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of pages, enough to produce a reliable model. Having a tool that can rapidly respond with logical answers drawn from that knowledge's base would be a boon for training, said Lieutenant Colonel Seth Hoffman, head of the Center's Det 24. I don't want it. What? Did AI write this? I don't want it. The mover GPT is now having a stroke. To be able to queue from the whole internet, like Reddit, which is where most of your chat GPT stuff comes from, Gonky. I want the whole gamut of what a pilot may have to interact with to be within his data pond. And then that's it. I don't want to be confused or clouded with everything else out there. Colonel Brian Muto, Director of Flight Training Center of Excellence. What is the excellence?
Dude, you got to stop saying Flying Training Center of Excellence. It's reminding me, like, if that's not like a Zoolander.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Like,
can I take your order?
Needs to be 3 times this size.
Center for kids who can't read good. It's the Flying Training Center for kids who can't fly good and want to do other things good too.
But it's excellent. What?
If the students are every day on their phone using large language models, they're going to expect it when they turn 20 and they come to fly the T-7 with us, right? He told Air and Space Forces magazine during a visit. And so we've got to get there as fast as they do. There's no question that IPGPT is technically feasible. There are a lot of folks in the cybersecurity realm who are like, I don't know about that. Anytime I need it, whether it's on the ground at ground speed 0 in preparation for a sortie or in post-flight, I'm trying to look at what I've done and what I could do better. I want to be able to just queue up that assistant and we'll look through everything and synthesize me an answer that will help me be better, whether that's perform better as a student or instruct better as an instruction or what have you. There you go.
Question.
I have no questions.
Scroll back up.
I want to be able to go and fly. Wait. And
sorry. I thought you were.
He says, I want to be able to go fly in a sim and loop and see that I entered at 500 knots with a 4G pull over the top, and I want to compare it to the pub. Yeah. So there's your synopsis, Gonky. Tell me your thoughts about IPGPT.
Wombat, what are your thoughts on it?
I want to know if this dude's a pilot or not.
Yeah, they're all pilots.
No, that the quoted whatever his rank is of the Excellence Training Flying School of Excellence.
Yeah, Flying Training Center of Excellence. It's all pilots.
So that dude's a pilot, and those were his quotes about being a pilot.
Yes.
Well, then yes, he needs ChatGPT for pilots.
No,
but listen, I don't think that's the right answer for teaching. Like, I want to be able to go into a flight or a sim and fly a loop, and I want to be able to know if I hit it at 500 knots and compare it to the pubs. That's what instructors are there for.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of instructors. You can't uninstructor flight training because you're teaching the knowledge that somebody has built up. Like, you're essentially trying to take the Sully out of the Sully incident for what we were just talking about, right? And go, well, if I could have a chat bot that'll tell you that if you hit birds at this point, you can go into the Hudson. Dude, you have to train the skill set. And the skill set is done with repetition. It's done sitting in your room and studying. You shouldn't need a chat bot to tell you the parameters of a maneuver because you should have them memorized prior to getting into the sim or the plane. Like, this is the whole, from at least this article, I know nothing else about it, but at least this article, this is the whole wrong way to think about flight training. That is not flight training whatsoever at all.
But I see a use case. Let's say you're in the dorm. You could have like a guided chair flying with this thing. It's like, close your eyes. You're beginning the loop at 400 knots. You pull back slightly on the stick at 4 Gs. Like, it could tell you all your parameters and help you with your chair flying. Or if you had a question and you can go, hey, IPGPT, what is the Air Force minimum altitude for a flyover? And it can tell you. And You could do study sessions with them. Like, I mean, we're getting more isolated, and the study groups may not be a thing anymore. So maybe it helps you study. Maybe it's like, hey, quiz me on this and then explain to me why I'm wrong. Like, there's some valid uses for this.
I'm with Wombat. This is a terrible idea.
Not
Gonky, what did we
wholesale.
do?
Well, hold
No,
on.
what-
Let me explain.
Yeah.
So what you just said, Mover, like the whole no study groups. I mean, that's kind of anti-team
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, I
bro.
know. I'm
Right?
not saying that. I'm not
I mean, we all-
suggesting it. I'm just saying, like, they're talking about kids these days. This is more of what the kids. They're not Gen Xers.
We know. But okay, so here's the closest. So I kind of saw something like this in the Navy. All right. So
You
okay.
did not.
Now hold on. Just hear me out.
Not the center of excellence level.
No, not the excellent center of excellence for excellence. But so there. I mean, my reading's not so well, but it seems to me they want to use this on the instructor side and the student side. So he's saying, hey, it can help me prepare for flights. I can help debrief a loop. God help me. The problem is this. So I kind of saw this in the Navy. So when back in the day when I was taught, when I went through instructor qual, we had the strike fighter checklist in the Hornet community, and it was just the basic talking points, right? Everything, every mission set the Hornet would do. And we had briefs memorized, and we had, tactical things memorized. And then through that brief, we would recite the memory stuff, but then we would also weave our own experience into it, which would make the brief better. So when I became a Super Hornet instructor, right about that time, they implemented the PowerPoint brief. And so I started to use the PowerPoint brief, and this is how the briefs went. You walk in and you would see the students reading the brief, just clicking through it. And then you would go in and you would just read the brief, click through it. And then any questions? No. And so what I started doing was I would never use the PowerPoint brief. You could print off the strike fighter checklist, and whatever we were doing, defensive, offensive, air, whatever, I would just use my fleet brief. And I found that the students were better because I don't care how great your PowerPoint brief is. It doesn't cover everything. Because maybe there's weird weather that day. Maybe there's, I don't know, some anomaly. Not every flight's different. And the PowerPoint brief never gave me a chance to weave in my style of teaching and some of the experiences that I had as an instructor. So if everyone's using AI, the same AI, everyone's going to be studying for, okay, hey, help me prepare for Form 1. Okay, Form 1, this is the brief. These are the questions, blah, blah, blah. And that's what the instructor is doing too. So they're like two parrots talking to one another. So when I would sit as the IP in the back seat, so I didn't brief, right? I'm with the student. I would sit there and dude, you would watch. I can't tell you how many times, especially in BFM, early stages, because concepts are hard. The IP would just click through, just read through. Questions, no, they would leave. And then now was my chance, because we're dueled up 2-seat jet. Like, you just see the deer. I'm like, hey man, any of that makes sense? And they're like, not really, because I actually studied that before he came in, and and it's just, dude, it's, nobody used the models anymore. Like, it's lazy man, dude. It's I don't know how to. I thought it was a lazy man's way of doing business. I thought the quality was crap, and there's just something lost in just having a machine just fart out words that you repeat. But that's my take on it. What do I know? I'm just an old guy who thinks that we were better.
I don't think it's all or nothing. I mean, it's just like anything. I mean, dude, it's funny that this is the segue. As much as you use ChatGPT today, the difference of what they're trying to do is not make it a wholesale, we're going to use just regular ChatGPT. It is a ChatGPT or a GPT that is specific to aviation. So, if you have a question at 11 o'clock at night, it's not a human IP, but it's the next best thing. Dude, it might be able to, I mean, Veo can do this now, but I mean, the technology will exist. It could build a video. If it gets good enough and go, hey, here's what it's going to look like. Here's that aspect angle, when you hit the 9K turn circle entry. You know,
Well, if it gets good enough, you don't even need the people. Just make the AI fly the airplane.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
at the end of the day, if the AI is teaching both the instructor and the student and doing the briefing and debriefing, what the hell do you need the human beings for, right?
No, just start the final war, lob
Right.
the missiles, and let's call it good. Get right
Yeah.
with God.
it's a
becomes
tool,
aware.
dude. It's a tool. I mean, dude, I'm sure the IPs were like, we don't need CBTs. Oh, CBT. Like, dude,
No,
it's
we don't
just
need CBTs.
technology.
Yeah, I still agree.
We
We don't
actually
need
don't need
CBTs.
CBTs.
Well,
I would love to go back to sitting in a classroom and
Yes,
learning
dude.
aircraft systems.
Yeah, tell me stories about when the Hyde
Yep.
system almost killed you, because I will remember that.
I will remember that.
I will not remember the computer voice talking to me about the hydraulic system, dude. I just zone
Correct.
out.
Correct.
Dude, I agree with you, Mover. As a reference tool, it would be great. But what they're talking about here, help me debrief a loop. Think about that. Really? A loop? I mean,
it was an example, dude.
piss
Well, but
poor.
again, if this is the guy who's in charge of the school
The
and
excellence.
that's his example,
Yeah.
that's where I started at the beginning, Mover. Not to knock this, but like that's why I asked, is this guy a pilot? Because that example is so bogus. Like,
What do you
a
think
loop
they
is-
do in UPT, Wombat? They do loops.
Yeah,
Dude, here-
I'm well aware, but I'm saying like that is not like a loop is such a defined. I mean, there's no dynamic stuff to it whatsoever. You don't need AI to explain to you something that could be written on a circle with a for 500 knots, 4 Gs to this to like. If you can't digest that, how are you going to be in a three-dimensional world with your hair on fire, getting shot at when you have to go into a target? Like, that's the point. Like, it's at some point, this stuff is fine. It's great. It's a great learning tool. There's nothing wrong with it to a point. But at some point, your ass is going to be in the seat.
Yeah.
And if you can't do a quick chat box on how to,
Thinking.
yeah, like what happens when the connectivity goes away? Like,
Dude.
like I mean, somebody wrote it, and I agree. It's like, well, you don't have to have memory items anymore or boldface because you just Google them. Like, that's not the point. That's not aviation. That's not tactical.
There's
aviation.
something valuable in training about. I remember you being a student, especially in the Hornet, and you come back like in later, like in BFM or whatever. And they'd be like, they'd ask me, like, okay, first set, what do you remember from? I had nothing, dude. My notes are blank, no clue.
Yeah.
And then the IP, just using markers, would start drawing what happened, debriefing, and he would say things like, and right about here, you were about 210 knots. I'm like, how the hell do you know that? I don't even remember how fast I was going. Then we queue up the tapes, and I was always astonished at it made me really respect and strive to be like, dude, one day I want to be able to look across the circle and be like, that dude's doing about 215 and be right.
Yeah.
And if everybody's like, well, see, Chad said we were doing 498 at the start of that loop, so that was probably an error. My bad, dude. I can do that, right? I don't know how to say it other than this technology is great, but I fear where it's going. You're losing the human aspect of, well, things in general, but there's a lot to learn with just a smart IP.
No, I agree. I'm not discounting the value. I'm just saying it's a tool.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree with you.
I agree with the tool. The tool
Not a
part is
replacement.
tool.
It's a tool.
It's
But
a tool where
we
the
know how this
article and what the director of the Excellence Training of Excellence sounded like was that this was going to be the new full way, a wholesale. And like you guys have seen, FOQA and all that, obviously. We have it, right? We have an app where I could go in and tell you how fast I taxi and all this stuff. But here's a great example of how these tools become a problem. A little over a year ago, I'm flying with a new FO, new hire. Right. So he's on probation. He's stressed, just like we all were. Like, it's just, you're in that. This is a new world. Right. And about a week after we fly, he texts me and he's like, "Sir, do you have a minute to talk?" And I'm like, you could hear the apprehension in his text. Right. And I'm like, oh man, and I'm trying to remember who he was. And I give him a call. I'm like, "Hey dude, what's up?" And he's like, "Sir, I just opened this app and it said that we had a flap over speed. What do we do? What do I have to file? Blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, what flight did it say we had it on? Well, we had it on this flight. It said we had a 2-knot overspeed. And I go, "Do you recall the airplane saying overspeed or any warning?" And he's like, "No." I go, "Okay. he goes, I just don't know what to do. And like, you could see to Gonky's point of like, we entered the loop at 498 or whatever, you know what I mean? How precise it can be. But you could hear this poor guy's like, he thinks his career that he's been working for is over because this app is telling him he had a flap over speed when we did not. And he goes, I just don't know what to do. And I go, okay. I go, do you have your iPad with you? He goes, yeah. I go, open the app. He opens it. I go, now close it and never open it again. I go, that's what you do because it's distracting you from learning how to be a pilot. Don't worry about that crap. Like there's GPS involved. So again, as a tool mover, I agree. A tool's great. In your world, you're envisioning this in a world where you're 11 p.m. in your dorm, chair flying for the next day's event. It could be very good for that. If it goes from being a study tool to first of all, I don't know why instructors would need this because by being an instructor, to this guy's point of it's a loop, it's like you should know how to teach a loop because you should know how to fly a damn loop, or you shouldn't be an instructor.
Yeah,
like,
but
I mean,
it might be the gentle advice where it's like, hey, I got this student that is just not getting X, Y, and Z. Let's get away from the loop. Let's say it's something else, and the student is just not getting it, and it can go, well, have you tried this, and this? You go, oh crap, yeah, number 2. Didn't even think of that.
Well, but isn't that whatever the Air Force calls the blue couches? Like that was the blue couches in the Navy. You go sit around the ready room and I got this bro or this broette and he or she can't figure this out. I can't get through to them. And usually some reservist who was, there from American or United's like, hey, dummy, don't you remember when you couldn't get it back when you went through? This is what I said. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And then you go back. Like, so there's that human element of I'm not just vomiting.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, I'm afraid if we get away from the human element, like you go back and you read stories, and the Air Force is no different. I'm just not as smart about the Air Force, but like the Top Gun school, correct me if I'm wrong, Gonky, was developed to take the knowledge of warfighters and the deficiencies they had and pass it on to the next generation. Right? I mean, that was the whole point of that school. Like the real world, this is what it's going to be like when your raw gear's going off and you're low on fuel and you're over enemy territory. And this is how we're going to teach it to you. Right? That's the whole point of the instructor world, is to take what you've done. That's why, other than rare instances, i.e. FAPEs or SIRGRADs, the vast majority of your instructors on every level in the military have already done some sort of fleet experience, something, a gray jet as we call it, right? Whether it's a jet or not. And they've come back to pass on the, like, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter. It's like when you have your Viper stories of being, vertigo and all this stuff, and you're taking off. I mean, dude, those were real world valuable things that you could then go teach somebody and be like, dude, you're going to be in this situation, right? I'm not getting that from a chat GPT. Like, I'm not. They're going to be like, well, you take off and you pitch to this, and then you turn out at this, and this, and it's like, well, what if that doesn't happen? What happens when I'm in a 2-seat jet and when I hit the end of the catapult, everything goes black and it's dead quiet? Do I eject or do I try to fly? Well, if everything's quiet, you're probably engines have both failed and you should eject. Well, but what if they haven't? What if I just pull back on the stick and I have some G and I realize I still have thrust? You see what I'm saying? Like, aviation is inherently not black and white. There's always a gray area. It's not ones and zeros in that. So I think that's where the real world experience from your instructors should trickle down to the next generation.
Well, but I think that it will. Because if you've ever used any of these language models, like if you go to Grok right now and you say, hey, give me, the best AR-15 upper, right? It won't just tell you zeros and ones, because it's going to go search. Most of the crap is from Reddit. That's why half of it is wrong. But it's garbage in, garbage out. It'll go look at the stories, and these users report this, and then this user reports this, and this is the best thing that we could find. If you have an isolated model that is only Air Force, and let's say they do have, Gonky's story of landing on the boat, breaking the gear 1,000 times, and your story of the Foca thing 1,000 times, eventually those stories come together and you do have some of that corporate knowledge. But you're right, it has to be put there, and the stories have to be added, but it's not a I don't think, I mean, I hope not. It's not a 1-for-1 replacement. It is just simply a tool of, hey, why is it when we have an engine fire do we do this? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. This is, whatever. I mean, I don't see it as a replacement. If it is, then I agree with you. It's not a good idea. But if it's just another tool to make life easier, I mean, it is the future.
Okay, so to that point, since we're, I think, 2v1 and you're the one.
No,
on
I
the school-
mean, I kind of agree with Mover
on the
too.
school of
There's no
excellence of
stopping it.
excellence.
Gonky uses GPT more than I do.
Here's my question, though, to you, Mover. So here you are. They have given you, General Mover, in charge of all Air Force training at the Flying School of Excellences of the greatest excellence of excellences. This tool to use to teach both instructors and students.
Yep.
But you have to fill the data in. Explain to me, General Mover, who's the leader of all of this, how you're going to take your active duty, overworked, underpaid, over-deployed, under-moraled people that are just working on their airline apps and get them to take the best of their knowledge and put it into this database. You see what I'm saying? You said it, garbage in, garbage out. So who is going to volunteer to put in the knowledge?
The same people that do the knowledge already.
But I'll tell you who's going to. It's a different thing when we're talking to NATOPS or a -1, right? Because that stuff's written in blood. If you go to a ready room full of JOs, you know which ones are going to be raising their hand, being like, "Oh, I got some stories. I'll put it in there. I got you. I know how to fly that." And you're going to have garbage in. It's not going to be the bros that know what they're doing, have the experience. You see what I'm saying? So there's a real issue here if you don't put the good stuff in, because then it is truly just. We've all met those instructors where you're like, "Bro, that didn't happen. What? You did what? Like that? How do you have wings? Right? That's going to be the guy volunteering to input this data.
Real problem is when it starts hallucinating.
Well, and that's
Mover. I just asked the question. The car wash is 100 yards away. Should I walk or drive? And it says walk.
Yeah, but you didn't tell it to wash your car. That's the part. You have to ask it.
But it's
you
implied.
Can't just say
it's implied.
No, it's not. It's like
this is what I'm saying. It ain't ready yet, dude. Why would I go to the car wash? You know what I'm saying? So to speak.
That is the thing that worries me. So
okay.
I agree with you, dude. As a tool, just like the app I talked about with this new FO, right? It shows me trends, assuming I open it. It shows me my stabilization. It shows me compared to everybody else in my fleet or everybody else at the airline. Those are all great things for somebody that has 11 years at the airline and maybe is just really bored and scrolling through the apps that are on his iPad. But if you're learning the plane, I don't want you to worry about that stuff. You need to worry about the basics. Worry about the basics, build the foundation. You'll be fine.
All right. Ashton says this thing's going to be yelling at new trainees like the Japanese instructor from the last show. Crazy Pete says AI trainer watches this show and tells students go-arounds are for quitters.
I mean, that's a valid data point. It might pull off the internet. Like
Ron says the Flight Training Learning Center. Oh wait, nope. That one's not. All right, we're done. We can go back to that one. We're done. Modular says, let's have this conversation with you 25 years, 2, not 3. I'm sure you'll still have the same opinions about old pilots. Again, 2, not 3. I don't care. I'm a 57-year-old engineer. My 37 years of experience is of value.
Oh, God, help me. Not 25 years.
So I'll say it right now. I'm 19 years. I'm going to be 47 in like a week and a half. Right?
Happy birthday, Wombat.
Thanks. Not there yet. So haven't made it yet. Don't jinx me. If I get all the way to 65 doing the airline job, mark my words, I'm not going to change. It's like I have set myself up. I've looked at this both from a longevity, a financial, a life. There are things more important to me in this beautiful world that God's given us than showing you how much I know about airliners. That is not my value. And the concern I have is the loud minority of people that want that age to tick up. It's because their whole identity is wrapped around being an airline pilot and they're afraid to let it go. That's really what this boils down to. It's not about the 6 figures. Look, dude, I make money. I like it. Like I'm not sitting here. People have seen what I drive. Like I like things. It becomes their identity, and that's why it's so hard to get rid of. It's never been my identity. Gonky has known me the longest here. Has being a pilot ever been what identifies me? No, it's a job, and it's a cool job. And I said this to one of our mutual friends who does watch the show, so I won't say his name, but you know who I'm talking about as soon as I say this, because he works for United. And he's had this whole thing about being an airline pilot and all this stuff. And I was like, no, dude, you have to understand, like, you're an airline pilot. I work for the airlines. Those are two very different things in my mind. Yours, it's an identity. It's everything you live for. For me, it's a great job. And I'm blessed that I have it. And I have the flexibility to be at my kids' baseball games. But that's not my priority. Like, I don't want to be, no disrespect to the passengers, but I don't want to be flying around on a crappy schedule and crappy overnights and all that. When I want to be with my kids, my grandkids, my family. Like,
I don't care what your line of work is, dude. Like, I strive. I mean, honestly, for all intents and purposes, I'm quasi retired now, so to speak. But I don't want to be working full time. Like, if I'm doing something I enjoy and I love, fine. And if flying is something you enjoy and love, that's great too. And like Wombat has said, you can go, do all kinds of other flying stuff to share your experience and knowledge. But I'm with Wombat, dude. I think the age is appropriate where it's at. I already feel too old doing this job.
Every day.
All right. Well, Jay Wild says, is Blue Thunder a sore subject? Why would Blue Thunder be a sore subject?
Because it's not Airwolf.
Yeah, it's just not as good. That's all.
See,
it was a fine movie, but it just wasn't as good. It's an ugly helicopter. It's part of your problem.
It is.
Yeah. Airwolf is good looking. Yes. Machine, if you will. Corey says, watching the show for the first time with our newborn son. Congratulations, Corey, yes. Anyway, wife shot down Tomcat for the name. Oh, thanks for helping us get through the sleepless days. That's awesome.
Awesome. Congrats, by the way. It's awesome.
Admiral General Aladdin says, Mover, if you're still unemployed, I'm hiring. I need pilot soon. I will pay you loads and give you Margot Robbie as a signing bonus.
Maybe someone that looks just like her.
Yeah. She's got a kid. She's a family woman now. All right. Well, we're on to topic number 3 of the night. Because
I would like to point out the sheer number of people that have messaged me the Instagram profile.
Let it go on that.
It's hilarious to me, dude. Like, I literally just opened it and it's like, Papa, 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 Papa. You guys are great. They love
you. In the off chance that poor woman watches this stupid show.
Wait a minute, dude! This is a master class in a well-oiled machine.
Downplay yourself, Mover. This is why
you guys are idiots.
Like, we're trying to help.
No, you're. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about. I don't know, dude. None of these look fun to me anymore. What do you want to talk about, Gonky?
I don't know. What do we got left, man?
All of them. We have all of the topics left. We've covered 3. Oh. You want to do the laser rockets thing? Who cares, right?
Sure.
How about the Dutch pilots flying the F-16? Because everybody keeps asking us if we're going to join the Ukrainian Air Force. So let's talk about that.
Allegedly.
So allegedly, U.S. and Dutch pilots, this is from the Aviationist, by the way. We'll put the link in the description. Flying Ukrainian F-16s in combat. Sources say newly emerged reports claim a mixed squadron with Ukrainian, U.S., and Dutch pilots is flying U.S. Flying combat missions. We can't independently verify. I mentioned this unit was created in recent weeks with former military pilots from the U.S. and the Netherlands hired through temporary contracts. That's a typo, of course. The reports about the mixed squadron originate from the French website. Well, there's your problem. Later relayed by the Ukrainian media and social media across Europe. However, we can't say. So basically, it's a report about maybe, but no, we're not sure. They created a squadron that's playing a key role in the defense of Kyiv. At the same time as helping Ukrainian pilots to fully harness the F-16's capabilities, pilots are being hired through temporary contracts which cover 6-month rotations in country. That's what an F-16 looks like, in case you were curious. They are contractors who carried out combat missions in the Middle East unspecified number of Dutch pilots, leading European air combat schools known for their advanced training in interception modern warfare, frequently flying air defense missions almost daily, shooting down cruise missiles and drones. They also have experience with the advanced sniper pod, which I guess they're flying with now. They're working to improve their proficiencies. Because remember, Ukrainian F-16 pilots mostly flew Russian hardware prior to this. So it is a bit of a learning curve. And they haven't been able to independently verify, but they need to apply the zero trust principle, treating each claim and report as unconfirmed until validated. But they still wrote the article, so we're still going to cover it. Yeah, whatever. Gonky, your thoughts?
It's entirely possible. I mean, I was an American flying for a foreign military, so
That's very different, dude. Very
I'm just
different than these
okay. Hold on, hear me out. So in Vietnam, right there's claims that there were Russian pilots flying some of the Vietnamese MiGs, and in what capacity? You know, are they flying frontline? Are they just doing training? Like you said, Mover. You know, Ukraine primarily had Russian Russian jets before the conflict, and you know maybe there's Dutch over there flying and helping them transition. So I don't know. I mean, the article, like you said, says it's possible, maybe, we don't know, possibly not. So
yeah, I guess the bigger question is, you know, this doesn't even sound new, because it seems like when the war kicked off, they were looking for pilots because they have people going over and fighting right on the ground. There are Americans that are out there fighting. There are people. I mean, it's been a long conflict now.
Right.
I'm not completely surprised by this. The only thing I would be wondering is what level, if any, did the State Department approve it? Because, you know, you're taking with you knowledge
right
to another country to operate an aircraft using tactics. I mean, that's not a sanctioned, like when you did it, it was a sanctioned event. You had a contract, and it was a U.S. contract for foreign material sales. This is not that, unless there's some State Department approval that's working in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm just saying that it's not outside the realm of possibility. And I think obviously the article's unclear about a lot of things, but in what capacity?
It said in the capacity that they were shooting down drones and cruise missiles and doing active air defense.
Yeah,
the front line.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That would surprise me, honestly. But
so the question always becomes, because people keep tagging me in this article, when are you going to sign up?
No, dude.
You're not. I'll tell you that right now.
No,
because you're not the if this is even happening. Because like sorry, Gonky, right when you're off the bat, like what you did was completely different. And then I was thinking about this as you guys were talking. I'm like, well, what about like we got SEALs Delta that go to like Blackwater, right? It's like, well, hold on. No, it's a US company, right? So that's different, because it's like this is going to a foreign country and taking your knowledge. That is a apples and oranges comparison.
The Marine took it to China, and
the Flying Tigers, right? World War II.
Yeah, but again, I'm talking modern.
Yeah,
like that's a different animal, man. If this happened or is happening, Mover, you wouldn't do it. It's not you're not the type of person, because you value the service you had and the levels of security that you have and all of that. Like, so unless it's sanctioned State Department wise, which
it could be
somewhat surprised. It could be, but
I don't care if it is or not. I'm not going, because I fight for one country.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
That's it. Like, that's not my war. I feel bad for everybody involved. I hope the conflict ends soon. I don't think it's a good war. I mean, there's no such thing as a good war, but I don't think what's going on is fair to anyone. But unless Uncle Sam says, here, Mover, we need you to go for God and country, I'm not just going to go willy-nilly fly myself across the world just to go fight for another country.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a mercenary.
Yep.
And that's what you are.
And that's 100%. 100%.
So, I mean,
yeah,
I don't fault them, but I think there's some sketchy legal ground for those that do.
Oh, 100%. Also, the article is just, I mean,
well, because here's the
man
thing.
of words. The article quit halfway through the article with facts. So, I mean, you're like,
well, think about this though. Geneva Convention, right? Like your combatants, like you get shot down, the Russians capture you.
Dude.
Now, who's coming to get you?
Nobody.
Who is negotiating your release?
Nobody.
So now you have just put yourself in the position to be interrogated by the Russians
with no protection,
with zero protections whatsoever.
Well, or the U.S. would come to get you because they know what you know. But then it ain't going to be pretty when you get back.
I mean,
right?
Probably not. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they're going to risk a world war to go get you, to be honest with you. I think
they're going to be like, you idiot.
Yeah. I think they're just going to go, well, they already knew it anyway. So, like,
they got Chat GPT. They know everything.
I just don't. That's stuff. But I don't know. But I mean, good on them. You know, if you feel the desire in your heart to go do that, I'm just not into it. Not for me. Let's see. We got Jay. Well, as a kid, I loved Blue Thunder and I hated Airwolf, but you have started to change my mind. I've put Airwolf in my watch list on Amazon Prime. Here I go. Just stop. Honestly, dude, just the first 2 seasons. Because season 3, it kind of goes a little jump on the shark, and then season 4 doesn't exist. So just stick to the first 2 seasons. You'll be fine. Really, if you just want to stick to the first season, it's fine too. But Caitlin's a good addition, so I think season 2 is worth it. My opinion only. All right. News out of India. They had a Tejas crash. And this was, I think, yesterday. Indian Air Force Tejas fighter fleet is under scrutiny after a recent crash during landing. This marks the 3rd significant incident involving the aircraft, with the pilot escaping unharmed, but the jet sustaining severe damage. Investigations are underway as the Air Force awaits delayed deliveries of an upgrade variant. In New Delhi, they lost another light combat aircraft, with the fleet now going extensive checks. It had occurred earlier this month at a key airbase when the fighter was landing after a training sortie. The aircraft has been severely damaged, likely to be written off. The pilot did eject, though, so that's good. It says that he was the first was in 2024 when it was returning from a firepower demonstration, and that was also during final approach. So it seems to be having this problem with final approach. The second was Dubai that we covered on here. The pilot did not eject. And there's a whole bunch of ads. Douglas, thank you for making me look at all this.
I think that's it too. It's nothing but ads after that.
Holy crap. How did they get anything? Okay, I guess they're not going to say. So very few details on this, except for the fleet is undergoing a review and there was another ejection of the aircraft. Gonky, we talked about this at the air show and then the previous air power demo. You think something's going on with this aircraft, or is that enough to really start a trend?
It's tough to say, man, without details. But the good part, obviously, the pilot was able to safely eject. Mm-hmm. I mean, it might be a training issue, or maybe an issue with the airplane or how they're operating it. But I don't know, man. Probably not going to get a lot of details out of this, but yeah, man, at least he got out.
Yeah, it says that it suffered damage while landing at a frontline airbase after routine training sorties. The aircraft overshot the runway and sustained heavy structural damage, with the pilot ejecting safely. Some accounts pointed to a suspected braking malfunction, though no official confirmation has been provided. Further reports suggest that the IAF had grounded its single-seat Tejas fleet, numbering around 30, pending an intensive technical probe. HAL has strongly disputed the characterization of the event as a crash. They acknowledge the recent media reports on the LCA and wish to provide factual clarification. There's been no reported crash of the Tejas. The event in question was a minor technical incident on the ground. It's one of the best safety records in the world, and we're working closely with the Indian Air Force. So there you go. But it is the third incident that they've had.
Well, of course, the manufacturer is going to, these jets are good.
Yeah. I mean, but it is valid, though. If it's a
Yeah.
braking issue, whether they ground them or not,
Well,
these incidents happen.
That crash
right?
sounded like a flying incident happened that damaged the airplane, obviously, and that's why.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you're leaving the prepared surface and
Not good.
you got to jump out, I mean, that's fighters. You don't just ride it through. You jump out because it's safer than trying to tumble a thing. But without the details, I mean, it's interesting though that there's so much hate on this aircraft.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, maybe within the Indian Air Force, man, maybe it does have a bad rap. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I mean, I'm superficial.
Yeah. Well, Wombat, you got any thoughts?
Do we know? I know you guys. Well, we covered the one. I think I was on that show, the air show one, right?
Yep.
But do we know anything about the previous one to that? Like, is there any info on that had come out? Because obviously, anything talking about this one is kind of, it's all hearsay at this point. But like, was there anything that you could tie off of that previous one? Because it kind of alluded in this article, which again was mostly just ads, but that it related to, or there was some sort of something. I don't recall that previous one. I recall the air show one, but I don't know.
So
Yeah.
It's been around for over 20 years, man. Third major accident involving Tejas fleet. I don't know. Seems to have a pretty good safety record, but I mean,
They're going to have 220 of them. So it'll be the mainstay of the Indian Air Force.
Yeah.
24 a year is what they're doing with 3 production lines. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand the hate, but this sounds like, braking problem, something. I mean, ejection is obviously a Class A mishap, but what happens after that is, kind of a big deal. So,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, hopefully they figure it out. I mean, if it is having an issue, but like I said, early 2000s is when that thing came out, and they've had, I guess the article said 3 crashes since then. So that's pretty good for a safety record for a fighter.
Yeah. I don't know that there might not be anything there. All right, moving on. We got one more. We got the an Anduril Fury demo. Doug, roll the tape.
Give me just 1 second.
Doug, don't roll the tape.
Kill time.
Perfect.
It was only the next one in the list, but I will continue.
Only we have banners.
Yeah. Only there was something that chronologically indicated what we were talking about next.
Schedule of sorts.
Yeah. Tom says, I just want to see Mover in a NASCAR because it's only fair they gave Cletus a ride. Oh, that's a sore subject. That's a sore subject.
We both just got tagged in his giveaway. Did you see that?
No.
Next Freedom 500.
No, I didn't.
He's giving away a carbon cub.
Did I get tagged with that?
Twitter, I think you did.
Didn't he crash? Did Cletus crash?
No.
He crashed himself in the truck series.
Did he? Okay.
Not in an airplane.
No, not an airplane in the race.
The truck series.
Yeah.
Yeah, trucks he did his first thing, but yeah. All right, Doug, are you ready?
I know Kidding don't have that one.
Seriously?
This is awesome. I really hope that your news reporter is not watching now, or maybe this will be good.
I got it.
Because the technical difficulty thing will be
it was labeled strangely
over half a pizza.
Yeah. What is the pizza? Oh, the pizza
from the last.
Yeah, I have no. Yeah. The chat resets every week.
Ready when you are.
All right, producer.
Not really, but
you're ready when you are.
Fury 01, Victorville ground. Taxi via Charlie 1, hold short runway 35.
It's taxiing.
Perfect.
Bold new mission.
Fury 01, ready for takeoff.
I like the gear doors.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue. See, fighter jet.
Everybody says fighter jet in this world. But that's PA, so.
That's true.
And look, this is the opening to Top Gun Maverick 3. Now we can't hear it, Doug.
What is this?
3D printing.
Why do we?
That's how they're building this thing.
Really?
Failed. I mean, it's a cool video. I don't understand any of it right now, but what do you think, Gonky? Good looking or not?
I think it's good looking so far. Dude, it kind of reminded me of the MiG-21 with that wing.
Takeoff command.
Confirm command for takeoff. Look at that.
No afterburner?
It doesn't need it, dude. It's like a Viper doing a no power clean takeoff.
No, dude. Every airplane needs an afterburner.
I might have one, but it doesn't. You need it right now.
Is that F-16 gear?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Good pacer check.
Dude, that's pretty compared to the rest of the world. That's good progress. A little bit firm touchdown, but we'll allow it. The passengers won't complain.
Was it?
Well, compared to the Air Force, yes. Navy, no. The music's probably going to get us demonetized, Doug. We're going to have to mute it. Maybe not mute it. Maybe just lower it a little bit. I don't know.
Just a little demonetization.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
I love how the tail flash is AI.
Yeah.
Gonky will ask it all the questions.
Yeah.
Dude, the software on that's crazy.
Dude, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, the exhaust looks like an F-100. The rest of the airplane kind of looks like an F-16. They just cut the canopy off it.
Yeah, they need to put a fake canopy with like a fake person in there to make me feel better.
Well, there it is, right?
Yeah.
Is that it? A little
nubbin. So anyway, that's the tribute video to them flying this thing. I haven't seen this footage before. That's why I thought it was cool.
I haven't seen this either. See, this is cool.
I think this is the first landing.
Is it?
Yeah. The first autonomous landing.
People do that when I land too.
Right. I was going to say.
They're like, oh, thank God, we're back on the ground.
Yeah. That's it. Gonky, is this the future, my friend?
Unfortunately. At first, it'll be integration, and then they'll be so good at it, they'll be like, why are we wasting time with you guys?
That will take the IP GPT, put it in this thing.
Done.
And it'll be able to know how to do a loop.
Yeah, it will execute the loop perfectly, and then the debrief will be questions.
What it'll do is it'll accidentally watch Top Gun Maverick and then try to split a formation, and it'll just be one big fireball.
yeah. Oops, I guess that wasn't in the
it used the wrong source material.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, dude, I think it's cool. The technology is amazing. I think it's a cool looking flying machine. Needs a cockpit for me, but the real interesting stuff we probably won't have a video of, and I'm okay with that. But
yeah, I mean, this is just the start, right? This is
takeoff and land.
But if you look at what Turkey's been doing,
Turkey,
they're shooting missiles that they produce,
targeting.
They're looking to sell something like this to countries that are like, I want that to be my whole Air Force. Give me 100 of them. I don't have to train any pilots or anything. Just hit the button.
Yeah, I think much like probably the F-47, and I think the magic is probably underneath the skin,
Yeah.
All the nerd stuff.
Wombat, your thoughts?
I think it's cool that they went from nothing to that, whatever the timeline was. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's the name of the guy that owns Anduril?
Lucky Palmer.
Lucky. Yeah.
Palmer Lucky.
Palmer Lucky.
He's an interesting cat. I've listened to him talk about some stuff, and like he kind of reminds me of like an Elon Musk. I mean, he's just interesting to listen to. So I'm curious, like, the direction that.
Isn't Anduril doing both drone and anti-drone technology?
Anti-drone, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, who better to do it than you build the problem and you build the solution all at the same time.
Yeah. And they're both for sale.
Yeah. Pick one.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, that's it. And that is it for our show. We're going to keep it as a 2-hour one. Wombat.
Thanks for
you got
coming,
any
dude.
Thoughts for us as we leave today?
No, thanks for having me. It's cool. Episode 50 for me tomorrow. No big deal.
Good.
Dude, yeah. Show's going well, huh?
It's going. I mean, I think, I don't know. It's been getting positive feedback, and so short and sweet and to the point. So
awesome. So
hopefully.
Good deal. Never down, never out.
Got
Keep it up, man.
the new swag up. So
awesome. And Gonky,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week, probably.
Right here.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody
Good
for
night,
watching.
everybody.
See you next
Bye,
time.
folks.